This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us. Our top story, a traffic snarl in Sarasota at the height of rush hour.
Right now, the westbound lanes of Coon Key Bridge, which leads to St. Armand's Circle, closed after a box truck drove off the bridge. Traffic has been backed up pretty much all day. ABC7's Ray Collins is joining us now live with an update on the closures and the traffic situation. Ray?
Yeah, it is a bit of a mess out here right now, Haley and Scott. Traffic actually is going in both directions in a single lane in the eastbound lanes, so you can get through, but if you can avoid this area, try to. You'll have to go north either to State Road 64 or to the Cortez Bridge, because this one is real slow right now. The box truck was pulled out of the water just minutes ago. It went over the side about 10 o'clock this morning. We've got some video to show you. A driver, for no apparent reason so far, we hope to find out soon, went over the side of the bridge at 10 o'clock this morning. He has been cited for careless driving. He was not injured, though. He was taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital without injuries. The truck is from Ferguson's, which we understand is a plumbing supply store. There are several branches, including here in Sarasota. Throughout the day, the Sarasota Marine units, as well as the Sarasota County fire officials, have been here. One of the issues involved the possibility of leakage of gas from the box truck. Here's what the police spokesperson said about that situation.
There is diesel fuel that's leaking from the truck. It's not a huge amount of fuel, however, there is some leaking, and so we have those foam barriers around the truck to try to contain that as much as possible.
Again, you want to avoid this area if you can. They think that this side of the road, the westbound lanes, will most likely be closed until 7 o'clock tonight. In the meantime, it's single lane in each direction, the eastbound side, but avoid this area if you can. Bottom line, driver over the side of the bridge, no injuries, cited with careless driving. An update for you at 6 o'clock tonight. For now on the Coon Key Bridge, I'm Ray Collins. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Ray. And here's a live look of traffic on the Ringling Causeway from our tower cam. As you can see, traffic is moving okay at this hour.
In other news, Manatee Sheriff's investigators believe a teenager wanted for murder is currently in the area, and they're asking the public for help. Detectives have a warrant for 18-year-old Daquan Levante Gaskin. The Palmetto High School student is suspected of shooting and killing 18-year-old Alexander Anderson earlier this month. Anderson's body was found lying on the side of the road on 1st Avenue East with gunshot wounds to his upper body. If you have any information on Gaskin's whereabouts, call Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS. The creepy clown scare that has spread nationwide continues to raise concerns here on the Suncoast.
More stores are pulling clown costumes off the shelves 2 weeks before Halloween, but there are other shops deciding to keep them on the racks. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live from Sarasota with the latest on this clown controversy. Rick?
Yeah, guys, the Goodwill, Minnesota store here says they will continue to sell clown stuff. They're not letting any of these creepy clowns scare them away. They are downright scary looking and causing a nuisance. Creepy clowns continue to pop up all over the country, pranking people and at times threatening them as well.
These people are using very poor judgment, doing what they're doing.
Sarasota entertainer and pastor Trevor Britt is someone who has been clowning around now for 26 years at kids' parties and other events. As part of his act, he says he never has worn clown makeup because it frightens young kids. He tells us this scary clown problem has not hurt his business.
I get a lot of joy out of making kids and adults happy and smile and laugh. We need that in our society today with the crazy stuff that's going on.
One store chain that is taking a strong stance on this creepy clown situation is Target. We're being told that they've pulled all clown masks from their stores and on their website. Folks we caught up with outside one of the Target stores here on the Suncoast have mixed feelings about the move.
I think that it's just some people just having fun, but I understand Target's got to do what they feel is going to give them the image they're looking for.
Personally, I don't see the need for that. But my kids are young and they're not a fan of clowns.
Unlike some of the other stores out there, at the Goodwill at Manasota stores, you'll still find a lot of clown stuff, including clown wigs and clown makeup. This is a decision Samantha Cummins and her colleagues at Goodwill Manasota felt comfortable with for their 10 stores in Sarasota, Manatee, and DeSoto counties.
We feel that it's more about the behavior than the costume or the way that people are dressed. So if somebody's creepy hanging around in the bushes making you feel uncomfortable, it's more about their behavior.
While Goodwill Manasota will continue to sell clown-related items, Goodwill Suncoast has gone a different direction. They've pulled clown costumes and accessories from all of their 18 stores in the Tampa area. And for stores that continue to sell clown stuff, we're being told it's flying off the shelves. Reporting live from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. President Obama announcing today the nation's high school graduation rate reached its highest peak in 2015. And here on the Suncoast, the latest grad rates are above Florida's state average. The state of Florida now has a 77.9% graduation rate. That's from the 2014-15 school year. In Sarasota County, graduation rates have been above state average since 2011, with the district pulling a 79.2 percentage rate last year. According to Manatee County Schools Deputy Superintendent Cynthia Saunders, since 2011, the district's graduation rate has jumped double digits.
Our district over the last span of time has improved about 13 percentage points. The last 2 years, we've gone up about 2% each year.
And coming up at 6 o'clock, ABC7's Dwayne Lindo finds out what administrators say attributes the rise of graduation rates here on the Suncoast.
The Sarasota County School Board will likely bring back an old debate over bathroom policies. Tomorrow, the board is expected to discuss whether transgender students can use the bathroom for the gender of which they identify with. They'll be looking at national trends and recent lawsuits people have filed relating to this issue. Right now, there is not a district-wide policy. However, last year, a transgender student at Pineview School succeeded in getting the school to allow him to use the bathroom of the gender he now identifies with. Also tomorrow, the Sarasota County School Board is expected to choose the next superintendent of schools. The finalists are Deputy Superintendent of St. Johns County in Northeast Florida, Brennan Asplin III. The only local candidate, Todd Bowden, the Executive Director of Sarasota County's Adult and Career Education Program. And Mark Porter, the Superintendent of Monroe County Schools in the Florida Keys. One of these three men will replace current Superintendent Lori White, who is retiring in February.
All right, hot day on the Suncoast.
Yep.
Well, what are we, mid-October now?
We went to fall and we went right back to summer, just loop back around.
Here's Bob with more.
Yeah, even some showers developing along that warm front for the most part. You can see that easterly component and temperatures topping out into the low 90s, just enough heat energy in the atmosphere to create a few spotty showers. And they're starting to get a little thicker down in Sarasota County right now near I-75 just to the east of Venice. And you can see one or two lone showers there popping up near 776 just to the east of Inglewood. Also another one in South Venice, that moving off toward Manasota Beach, and it looks like the activity very widely scattered about, and so we'll see just a few spotty showers through this evening and mostly fair skies at midnight. But look at that, 90 degrees still at this hour, humidity at 45%. We have that east and northeast wind at 13, and the pressure has been holding steady. Well, more on our forecast. Take a look at the tropics coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. One of the area's most unique workspaces is moving. The Hub will relocate early next year to the Palm Tower at the corner of Palm and Main Street in downtown Sarasota. The Hub has been a collection of more than 150 local entrepreneurs and 50 startups who share ideas, contacts, and resources in a creative setting. Hub started 7 years ago and later moved into an office building along Fruitville Road. Managers hope to expand and reinvent the vision of the Hub at its new location.
And ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now. And Richard, just some modest losses to start the week.
Haley, you're absolutely right, and that was the case. I was here at noon with Scott, and all three indices we follow were down by 0.2%. 4 o'clock comes, we're down by 0.3%. So really not a big deal. The top to bottom range for the day for the Dow was exactly 99 points, 24 points on the upside, 75 points on the downside. Of course, we're always concerned about the Fed, but 22 days from now, there's something called a presidential election. I think that's got everyone's attention. Let's take a look at the attention today. There you see the Dow down 52 points, 0.3%. closing at 18,086.40. That on volume of 644 million shares. The NASDAQ for the day also down almost 0.3%, just over 14 points, closing at 5,199.82. That on volume of 1,607 million shares. And the S&P exactly where you'd expect it to be, down 0.3%, 6.5 points at 2,126.50. Shares of Hasbro moved sharply higher today despite the down day. Shares were up by 7.4%. Yes, on a down day. And the reason has everything to do with what you're looking at right there. And that is toys geared to young ladies. Dolls from all the Disney characters, but particularly those from Frozen and The Princess. Those are the ones that are the big sellers right now. And there's a movie coming out in November about trolls, and even trolls are selling well, and that's before they come out. I also mentioned at noon today, and I think important to understand that sales of girls' toys are up by 57%, and sales of boys' toys are up by 2%. So I'll let you arrive with whatever conclusions you want, but it appears that dolls are selling well, and Hasbro got that license a year ago from Mattel, and it looks like they're very glad that they did.
Paying off, definitely.
Absolutely.
You also have some late news on Netflix tonight, Richard.
Yes, Scott, after the close today, they announced earnings, and not only were the earnings better than expected, but the subscription rate went up sharply. The stock, I expect, will be a big, big mover tomorrow.
All right, we'll watch for it. Thank you so much, Richard.
You're welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, strong allegations from Donald Trump and his running mate, the Republican presidential nominee, sticks to his accusations that the election is rigged, how his stance is affecting the race.
And ABC7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, later in Health Smart, a not-so-typical jailhouse workout, how some inmates are benefiting from meditation. That's coming up.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Lease a brand new 2017 Lexus ES 350 for only $379. Just $379 exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees. Every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, you'll always get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Lease a new Lexus RX 350 for only $419. Just $419, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
It's a quiet day on the campaign trail as the candidates gear up for Wednesday's debate, the third and final of this campaign season.
The latest ABC News Washington Post poll shows Hillary Clinton with a 4-point lead over Donald Trump.
The Republican nominee has focused his attention over the past few days on making allegations that his election is rigged. ABC's Karen Travers has the latest now from Washington.
Now it's Mike Pence talking about voter fraud and conspiracy theories.
I have no doubt the national media is trying to rig this election with their biased coverage in Hillary Clinton's favor.
This is a big shift for Donald Trump's running mate, who on Sunday on CBS said this.
We'll respect the will of the American people in this election.
But Trump is certainly laying the groundwork to not do that, keeping up a steady drumbeat, revving up his supporters with fiery rhetoric like this.
The election is being rigged by corrupt media pushing false allegations and outright lies in an effort to elect Hillary Clinton.
The Republican nominee tweeting this morning, of course there is large-scale voter fraud happening on and before Election Day. Why do Republican leaders deny what is going on? So naive. But general elections are run primarily at the state level. In 40 states, they're overseen by an elected official. And in those 40 states, 25 of those officials are Republicans. 15 are Democrats.
It's an insult to county registrars to say that America doesn't know how to run an election.
Hillary Clinton off the campaign trail today, preparing for this week's third and final debate at a hotel near her New York home. A new poll from Monmouth University out Monday has Clinton up 12 points on Trump in a four-way race.
When you looked at this race a month or so ago, I always said it was about a field goal. But today, since we're in the final less than 22 days of this course of this race, it's almost as if he's behind by 4 or 5 runs in the 9th inning.
And a fresh round of polling from several battleground states out Monday shows a tight race in Ohio and Florida, but a solid lead for Hillary Clinton in Pennsylvania. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Thank you, Karen. Tonight, Senator Marco Rubio will face off with Democratic challenger Patrick Murphy. The two will battle in a 1-hour debate at the University of Central Florida in Orlando, and you can watch it live right here on ABC7 at 7 p.m. We are preempting our normal newscast to bring you this hour-long debate. This is the first time these two have faced off during the campaign. We'll also be airing the debate on our website and our mobile platforms.
Bob is back, and just about a half hour ago, it was still 90 degrees outside.
Yeah, still 90 and a few showers around too, so we're still in it. But, you know, this is near the time we get the cold fronts, and there is one on the way, so things are going to cool down. Just in time for the Making Strides a big walk, too, it looks like. So it'll be kind of comfortable, I think. Maybe a bit breezy. There could be an isolated shower or two. We'll talk more about that in a bit. But right now, getting a look at the Casey Key webcam. A nice day out there out on the waters, at least with that east wind. It keeps things rather calm, cool, and collected there near the beaches. And we are looking at basically seas staying the same for the next few days. As far as the sunshine goes, there's plenty of it out there, but there are some showers scattered about moving off toward the west at around 15 miles an hour. Not many, 1 or 2 right now near Englewood and also near Minnesota Beach. You can see the activity pushing off to the west, down south in South Sarasota County and also into Charlotte County, heading off toward Rotunda. And looks like Englewood seeing the heaviest activity. Venice right there along I-75 and the extension. This moving off pretty quickly, so it's not going to be around long. And so expect just a few brief showers, and it should not delay things too much if you have any outdoor activities going on. You can see that rainfall down the street level we go, and all of it, again, not all that heavy, hasn't been producing any lightning right now, meaning they're very low top showers. No real vertical extension to these storms right now. 90 still and 66 on the dew point. The humidity 45%. We have an east to northeast wind at 13 and the pressure 29.89 inches, which has been dropping over the weekend, but still we're under the influence of a high pressure ridge. 82 in Jacksonville, 83 in Orlando, much warmer along the immediate west coast here, 84 in Miami and 85 in Key West. And as far as temperatures go, right near the coast, upper 80s to low 90s, although where that rain and cloudiness has moved in, it's cooled down a little bit in Northport and into Englewood right now, and temperatures into the mid 80s in inland places like Highlands County and also in Hardee and DeSoto counties. The forecast for Tuesday looks similar to today. We'll have temperatures warming up into the upper 80s. Now there's a slight chance for a sprinkle or two late in the day, and that's all a result of that east and northeasterly wind flow bringing some moisture in from the Atlantic. And with the daytime heating warming to near 90 degrees, it'll provide just enough lift to produce possibly a few sprinkles or light rain showers in the late afternoon and evening. Well, in the tropics, it's hard to believe, but Nicole is still hanging on. It's been around for over 2 weeks now, and it's one of the longest lasting storms, not just in the Atlantic Basin, but in the Pacific Basin as well. So again, it was a late season as far as rough storms go, and Nicole and Matthew proved that. Now we have another one we're watching. This is an area of disturbed weather just north of the Bahamas now, and we'll keep an eye on that for you. There's about a 60% chance of that developing over the next couple of days. As far as Nicole is concerned, it will eventually lose this hurricane status as early as tonight and push off into the open waters of the North Atlantic. But again, a pretty incredible storm if you think about it, how long it's been around town. And as far as the 60% chance of development, even if it were to develop and become Otto, that's the next storm up, 15 storms it would be, a very active season. Most models take it off to the north and then to the northeast, and that's because of a cold front that will eventually slide through our area Friday and cool us down. So we'll finally get a little taste of fall beginning over the weekend with low temperatures in some places in the upper 50s to low 60s. So looking pretty good there. Just a few brief sprinkles tomorrow in the afternoon. Pretty much similar conditions on Wednesday, albeit a little bit cooler on Wednesday afternoon. Seas running right around 2 feet. Should be good for boaters out there. And light to moderate chop. The water temperature now at 79, so things are cooling there. As far as the tides go on the screen, then 8:19 for your next low tide. A few sprinkles are possible this evening. Partly cloudy, warm, a low of 70 degrees. And for tomorrow, looks good. Partly cloudy. Again, same story. Very warm. For this time of year, we should be only into the mid-80s for highs. We'll get to that point on Wednesday, and then the rain chance is increasing slightly with the approach of that front. That front is not going to bring a lot of rain, but it will bring some cooler and some breezier conditions on Saturday with high temperatures a little bit below average. Finally. Back to you.
Yeah, you're right. Finally. Thank you, Bob. In Suncoast Traffic Watch right now, traffic is backed up in the westbound lanes of the Coon Key Bridge. That's the bridge that heads over to St. Armand's Circle because of a box truck accident from this morning that is still being cleared. They had to pull that truck out of the water and back onto land to take it away. So it is causing traffic delays. Also out there on St. Armand's and on the way out to Lombo Key, also slow going at this hour. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In Health News tonight, researchers have developed a blood test that may help detect heart disease in people without symptoms. It measures the immune system's response to inflammation. The test reveals a number indicating risk. And in a 9-year study of 90 people without heart disease, it was better at predicting the condition than the commonly used CRP test or cholesterol testing as well. The test measures cytokine response, which is the mechanism that kicks the immune system into high gear. For now, the test is too complicated to be used in a clinical setting. Prisoners who practice transcendental meditation twice a day may experience less stress and fewer mental health issues than those who don't. In a study at Oregon State prisons, men in the meditation group reported significantly larger reductions in perceived stress, anxiety, depression, dissociation, and sleep disturbances. Depression and sleep problems in particular were reduced by half. The inmates participated in a 5-session training program in meditation, and then they were asked to practice these techniques they learned twice daily for 20 minutes. More evidence that a low-sodium diet may prolong your life. Based on following more than 3,000 people with elevated blood pressure for 24 years, researchers found that risk of death from any cause rose in a straight line along with sodium intake. The study's lead author says the results aren't surprising because it's known that sodium increases blood pressure and heart disease risk. The results do support modest reductions in sodium intake for people who tend to consume a lot, plus just a healthy diet in general. The study was published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. Coming up, a fiery rescue in South Florida, how a few good guys came together to save a trapped driver. And the mom who became famous for her Chewbacca impersonation is back. Remember her? Well, she is now remembering her spotlight moment. We'll take a look at that coming up next.
ABC7 News at 7 weeknights.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Totoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
An emergency landing shuts down a major South Florida runway. An amphibian plane was trying to land at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport this morning. Air crews had to close the runway to later remove it. The Cape Air plane was not seriously damaged, but an investigation is now underway to figure out what caused the pilot to land there in the first place. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Dozens of Good Samaritans worked together to rescue a man who was stuck in a burning SUV in Brevard County. They formed a human chain to pull him through the thick brush up to the road. The man's car collided with another vehicle and plowed down a steep embankment yesterday morning and then caught fire. But for some reason during the rescue, the man became combative.
Hit the button and he kind of fell on top of me and slammed to the passenger side, and then I grabbed him and started pulling him, but he wrapped his arm. He wrapped both arms around the seatbelt. And he said, "Leave me alone, leave me alone." Then he started yelling, "Leave me alone, leave me alone."
Police had to restrain the driver with handcuffs. The rescuers suffered only minor scrapes and scratches, but officers say if it weren't for all the bystanders that helped, the outcome could have been much worse.
The SeaWorld rescue team joined other marine professionals to help a pair of humpback whales in Australia. The mother and her calf got entangled in a shark net. The team worked together to remove the netting and free the whales using some special cutting equipment. Shortly after, the whales were released back into the sea. Speaking of mothers, Chewbacca Mom is back in the spotlight, this time for a permanent fix. Candace Payne recently got herself a laughing Chewie tattoo on her right arm. She posted it on her Facebook page. She thought this was the perfect replica, but Star Wars enthusiasts were quick to point out some inaccuracies. The mother gained fame earlier this year when she laughed uncontrollably while wearing a Chewbacca mask.
Well, she'll never forget it now, will she?
No, she won't. That's a very interesting tattoo, but hey, good for her. Well, still to come on your Sunny Coast News, a repeating problem at a gas station in Northport.
Authorities find a skimming device 3 different times at one gas station. What's being done now to protect customers there? That story coming up.
Sometimes, when the course is difficult and you might take a step where you could fall, it's important to trust and ask for help. That's one of the most important things we learned at Tidewell's Teen Grief Retreat. On your grief journey, there are going to be difficult parts, but you have to trust in yourself and your support systems and know there are people around who will help you make it through. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
The celebration is heating up and the prices just keep getting better during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of Jeep Grand Cherokees or get big savings on a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Compass for just $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
Siccome un angelo
Sarasota Opera presents Donizetti's Don Pasquale. 6 performances from October 28th through November 13th. Reserve your tickets at sarasotaopera.org.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.